View the following program in its entirety with Xfinity On Demand by selecting Get Local and choosing All HS Sports. For Xfinity X1 customers, scroll over to Xfinity Services and select Get Local.
You're watching the Comcast Network. CN100, Chicago.
I have a lot of admiration for Coach Maloney's Oak Park program. You know, he and I are coaches that we talk during the season, try to pick each other's brains a little bit. We play similar styles. You know, we're both athletic teams.
Coach Ellis has to be one of the top coaches in the state. And Evanston's always been such a basketball-rich community, and he's maintained that and really, I think, cultivated even another level to that.
For us, the key is going to be win the transition game. You know, if it's going to be up and down, we have to be more effective in transition. You know, force some turnovers, force some tough shots, and not give up easy shots. Defensively, we're going to have to make sure we don't get hurt around the basket, and rebounding is a big part of that. We don't want to give up easy second chance points. So rebounding and transition defense are going to be two keys for us to the game.
We think that defensively we can match up with them, and we think that we have some size too that we can use to our advantage. They're guard heavy, but their guards are big guards. They're versatile. They guys who can stretch the floor. So it's just a tough task because there's so many weapons.
The CN100 Game of the Week takes us to Oak Park for a non-conference battle as the Huskies of Oak Park River Forest out of the West Suburban Silver Conference host the Evanston Wildcats out of the Central Suburban South. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to our CN100 Game of the Week alongside Cameron Smith. My name is Mark Kruger. We're delighted to have you with us. Joe Brand is our sideline reporter. We'll check in with Joe here in just a couple of moments. But Cameron, let's talk about these Wildcats of Evanston. A third-place finish a year ago in state. They returned 4 starters from that team, and boy, this year they have been road warriors, especially this week, Cameron. They beat Loyola up in Wilmette on Tuesday. They were up in Skokie last night to beat Niles North. Now they're here in Oak Park to take on the Huskies.
So, Mark, basically what you're saying is this Evanston team is battle-tested, which they are. Now, they challenged themselves to be better this season after the success of last year where they finished 3rd in Peoria. Now, Mike Ellis is blessed with leadership and productivity coming back this season, and it allows the Wildcats to play any style on both ends of the floor. You try and slow it down on them, that's fine. You want to speed up, they actually prefer a faster style of game, but they want to make sure that their focus is on Peoria to return back with a trophy that doesn't say 3rd place, but it says 1st place. This is a very good team.
6th straight season for the Wildcats, by the way, 20 or more wins. Now, as far as the Huskies, they also are returning 4 starters from last year's team that won 23 games. Off to a slow start this season with Cameron. They've won 6 of their last 7, including a big win last night over Lyons Township.
Yes, the Huskies are really turning the corner to their season. Now, as you mentioned, they returned 4 starters, and always you can count on Oak Park to have productive seasons. Now, they want some get back after last year's loss in Evanston. They kind of got their heads handed to them a little bit, so you better believe this Huskies team is ready to defend their home court. If they get a win, it's because their defense was a huge factor.
Evanston's sophomore team winning by 2. Beautiful pass and the finish by Holden.
Again, you don't stop Evanston in transition. They will make you pay. Again, Gibson head up, finding a cutting Jaheim Holden.
Ten-point lead for Evanston. What a beautiful move by Roberts.
I told you guys at the beginning of this game that Anthony Roberts can play that guard position. St. Cloud has a nice player coming there.
Well, he is almost like a coach out on the floor as well.
It's a good idea from Roberts to close that space between himself and Gibson.
Here's Gibson on the drive, takes it all the way in the flush.
I think Jalen just looked over at the table and said, huh? You want him to close the space between me? Okay, Cam, let me show you something. Oh, that was nasty.
16 on the night for Chase Robinson. The Huskies are within 1. Jones falls down. Roberts taps it ahead. Inside to Haney for the lead. First lead since the first quarter for OPRF. Jones into the corner. Peters for 3, yes!
Wow. How many times have we seen that from Blake Peters? Just those daggers in late game situation. Again, he sets up in the corner. He knows his guys are going to find him when they break pressure, and it's easy money for the sophomore.
To view this exclusive Xfinity TV programming in its entirety, check the CN100 schedule for a list of airtimes, or view this program anytime on demand by selecting Get Local and choosing CN100. For Xfinity X1 customers, scroll over to Xfinity Services and select Get Local.